The H-1B lottery system that has determined who gets a work visa for over 20 years is gone. Starting with the March 2026 registration, USCIS is replacing the random lottery with a completely new wage-based selection system. This means your chances of getting selected depend entirely on how much money your employer is paying you. In this video, I am breaking down exactly how the new system works, who wins, who loses, and what you need to do before registration opens. Welcome to U.S. Immigration News Daily, your trusted source for the latest updates and expert guidance on U.S. immigration. Why this matters. This is the single biggest change to the H-1B visa program in over a decade. If you are currently on an H-1B visa, if you are planning to apply for one, or if your employer sponsors H-1B workers, this change directly affects you. The Department of Homeland Security finalized this rule, and it takes effect for the FY 2027 CAP season, which means the registration that opens in March 2026. Under the old system, every qualified petition had an equal chance. You could be paid entry-level wages or top-tier wages. It did not matter. The lottery was completely random. Under the new system, your wage level determines how many entries you get in the selection pool. Higher wages mean more entries. More entries mean better odds. This changes everything about how employers file H-1B petitions and how workers position themselves for selection. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how the four wage levels work, what they mean for your specific situation, how to calculate your selection odds, what the new fees are, and what steps you need to take before March 2026 registration opens. Before we get into the details, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. And stay until the end because I am going to reveal exactly how this new system creates winners and losers. And there is one group of H-1B workers who are going to be hit the hardest. You need to know if you are in that group. Stay with me. Let us start with the basics. To understand the new wage-based selection, you first need to understand how the old random lottery worked and exactly what is changing. This context matters because the new system builds directly on top of the existing H-1B framework. It does not replace everything. It replaces one specific piece: how USCIS decides which petitions get selected when more people apply than there are visas available. Section 1. The old system versus the new system. Under the old random lottery system, here is what happened every year. Employers filed H-1B petitions for their workers during the registration window in March. USCIS received all the registrations. If the number of registrations exceeded the available visa cap, which it has every single year for the past decade, USCIS ran a random lottery. Every registration had exactly one chance, regardless of the wage being paid, the job complexity, or anything else. It was pure chance. A worker earning $60,000 had the same odds as a worker earning $200,000 doing the exact same job. The new wage-based weighted selection system changes this fundamentally. Instead of one entry per registration, employers now receive multiple entries based on the wage level they are paying. USCIS uses the Department of Labor's Occupational Employment and Wage Statistics System, known as OEWS, which divides wages into 4 levels for every occupation and geographic area in the country. Level 1 is entry-level wages. Level 2 is qualified wages. Level 3 is experienced wages. Level 4 is fully competent wages. Each level corresponds to a specific wage range for that particular job title in that specific location. Under the new system, here is how many entries each wage level receives. Level 4, the highest wage, gets 4 entries in the selection pool. Level 3 gets 3 entries. Level 2 gets 2 entries. And Level 1, entry level, gets just 1 entry. This means a worker at Level 4 wages has 4 times better odds of being selected than a worker at Level 1 wages for the same occupation. The system is explicitly designed to favor higher-paid positions. The practical effect is enormous. Employers who pay at the higher wage levels will see their workers selected far more frequently. Employers who pay at entry-level or qualified wages will see their selection rates drop significantly compared to the old random system. Now that you understand the basic mechanics, let us get specific. I am going to walk you through each of the 4 wage levels, explain what they actually mean in real dollars for common H-1B occupations, and show you exactly how the math works for selection odds. Section 2. The 4 wage levels explained. The Department of Labor's OEWS system assigns wage levels to every standard occupational classification code, which is the SOC code. Every H-1B job has an SOC code that maps to a specific occupation category. The wage levels are determined by where your salary falls within the wage distribution for that SOC code in your geographic area. Level 1 wages are at approximately the 25th percentile of wages for that occupation in that area. These are entry-level positions. Workers just starting out in a field, fresh graduates, or positions that require minimal experience typically fall into Level 1. Under the new system, Level 1 petitions receive 1 entry in the lottery. Level 2 wages are at approximately the 50th percentile, the median wage. These are qualified positions requiring some experience and demonstrated competence. Many mid-career H-1B workers fall into Level 2. Under the new system, Level 2 petitions receive 2 entries. Level 3 wages are at approximately the 75th percentile. These are experienced positions requiring significant expertise, leadership responsibilities, or specialized knowledge. Senior engineers, experienced consultants, and specialized professionals typically earn Level 3 wages. Under the new system, Level 3 petitions receive 3 entries. Level 4 wages are above the 75th percentile, the highest wage tier. These positions involve the most complex work, the highest levels of responsibility, or the most specialized expertise. Principal engineers, senior directors, specialized consultants, and highly experienced professionals earn Level 4 wages. Under the new system, Level 4 petitions receive 4 entries. Here is why this matters practically. When an employer files an H-1B petition, they must specify the SOC code for the position, the OEWS wage level being paid, and the geographic area of employment. USCIS verifies that the wage offered meets or exceeds the prevailing wage for that level. If the employer says they are paying Level 3 wages, USCIS checks that the actual salary meets the Level 3 threshold for that SOC code in that location. This verification step is critical. Employers cannot simply claim a higher wage level to get more lottery entries. The wage must be documented and must actually meet the threshold for the claimed level. Misrepresentation results in denial and potential fraud findings. Now let us talk about who benefits and who gets hurt by this change. Because the reality is, this system creates clear winners and clear losers among H-1B workers. Quick pause. If this is valuable information, hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. And do not click away because I am about to reveal exactly which group of H-1B workers is going to struggle the most under this new system. It is a group that most people do not expect. Keep watching. Section 3. Who wins and who loses? Let us be direct about who this system favors and who it hurts. The winners under the new system are workers and employers who pay at Level 3 and Level 4 wages. Large technology companies, major consulting firms, financial institutions, and healthcare systems that pay top-tier wages will see their H-1B workers selected at dramatically higher rates. If you are earning experienced or fully competent wages, your odds of selection just improved significantly. The losers are entry-level and qualified-level workers, Level 1 and Level 2. This includes fresh graduates coming out of university on student visas who are seeking their first H-1B position. It includes workers at smaller companies that cannot afford to pay top-tier wages. It includes positions in regions where the cost of living is lower and wages across the board are lower. And critically, it includes many workers in the outsourcing and staffing industry where wages tend to be at lower levels. Here is the specific impact on fresh graduates. Under the old random system, a fresh computer science graduate earning $85,000 at a mid-sized company had exactly the same chance as a senior engineer earning $250,000 at a major tech firm. Under the new system, that senior engineer's employer gets 4 entries while the fresh graduate's employer gets 1 entry. the senior engineer is 4 times more likely to be selected. This means that for fresh graduates, getting an H-1B is going to be significantly harder than it has been. The competition is not just about how many people apply, it is about what wage level everyone else is being paid. And in a system where bigger companies pay more, bigger companies win more. For workers at staffing and outsourcing companies, the impact is even more severe. These companies typically place workers at client sites and often pay at level 1 or level 2 wages. Under the old system, their workers had equal lottery odds. Under the new system, their petitions compete at a massive disadvantage against direct hire positions at large corporations that pay level 3 and level 4 wages. Beyond the wage-based selection, DHS has added 2 other significant changes that affect H-1B workers. Let me cover both of these quickly because they impact everyone, not just people in the lottery. Section 4. New fees and social media screening. The first additional change is a new supplemental fee structure. For H-1B beneficiaries who are not physically present in the United States at the time of filing, USCIS is imposing a new $100,000 filing fee per petition. This is a massive fee designed to apply to offshore petitions, cases where the worker is abroad and the employer is filing to bring them to the U.S. This fee does not apply to workers who are already in the United States. If you are currently working in the U.S. on an H-1B or other valid status, this fee does not affect you directly. But if you are abroad seeking initial H-1B sponsorship, your employer now faces this significant additional cost. The second change is an expansion of social media screening requirements. USCIS is extending social media screening to H-1B workers and their H-4 dependent family members. This means that when your H-1B petition is processed, USCIS may review your publicly available social media accounts. This is not new for visa applicants. The State Department has been doing social media screening for immigrant and non-immigrant visa applicants for years, but extending it to H-1B processing represents an expansion of that screening into the work visa category. What this means for you is straightforward. Make sure your public social media accounts do not contain anything that could raise concerns. Posts that could be interpreted as supporting terrorism, expressing hatred, or engaging in illegal activity. This applies to you personally and to your H-4 dependents. Review your public profiles and clean up anything that could be problematic before your petition is filed. Section 5. What you need to do before March 2026. Now let us talk about action steps. Registration for the FY 2027 H-1B CAP season opens in March 2026. Here is what you need to do before then. First, talk to your employer about your wage level. Ask your employer what SOC code they will use for your position and what OEWS wage level your salary falls into. Understanding your wage level tells you exactly how many entries you will have in the new selection system. Second, if you are at level 1 or level 2 and your employer has flexibility, discuss whether a salary adjustment is possible. Moving from level 2 to level 3 doubles your entries from 2 to 3. Moving to level 4 gives you 4 entries. Even a modest salary increase could move you into a higher wage tier depending on where you fall in the distribution. Third, if you are a fresh graduate seeking your first H-1B, understand that your odds are lower than they have been historically. Plan accordingly. Consider whether your university offers optional practical training extensions, whether your degree qualifies for STEM OPT, which gives you 3 years of work authorization, and whether there are other pathways available to you. Fourth, if you are working at a staffing or outsourcing company, have an honest conversation with your employer about the implications of the new system for your petition. Some staffing companies may adjust their wage offerings or petition strategy in response to these changes. Fifth, review your social media accounts now, not just yours, but any H-4 dependents as well. Clean up anything public that could raise red flags during the new screening process. Sixth, stay informed. The H-1B program is changing rapidly, and there may be additional rule changes or legal challenges before and after March 2026. Following channels like this one will keep you updated as developments happen. Here is what I promised. The group that is going to struggle the most under the new wage-based lottery, fresh graduates and entry-level workers. Under the old random system, every application had equal odds regardless of pay. Under the new system, entry-level positions get 1 entry while senior positions get up to 4. For someone just starting their career, that is a massive disadvantage they have never faced before. If you are a fresh graduate or planning to sponsor one, this is the most important change in the H-1B program in 20 years. Important disclaimer: this video provides general information and educational content only. It is not legal advice and should not be relied upon as legal advice. H-1B rules are complex, and your specific situation may involve factors not covered here. For advice about your individual case, consult with a licensed immigration attorney. If you found this video valuable, make sure you are subscribed because my next video covers the Haitian TPS court ruling. A federal judge just blocked the termination of temporary protected status for over 350,000 people, and I am breaking down exactly what that ruling means and what happens next. You will want to see that. Also watch this video on H-1B extensions and this video on green card interview preparation. Drop your H-1B questions in the comments below, especially if you want to know how to figure out your specific wage level. Thanks for watching U.S. Immigration News Daily, and I will see you in the next video.